Hey everyone. Okay, racer work day. It's a 3-day weekend, so I'm able to get a lot of stuff done this weekend. I've already got a few things done on the racer yesterday. As you can see, the rear fender is on it, just temporary. As you can see, there's no gas tank. Just so I can get the actual shifter location lined up. My next step is to get down in there with the welder, make sure that's perfectly square, or as square as I want it to be, and put a few tacks on that, and test my transmission shifting action. Then, if it works, I'm going to pull this all back apart, pull the fender off, pull the shifter rod out, and I'm going to weld it up correctly. Just want to put a few tacks on it, make sure everything's going to work out. Here is the old shifter piece. This one is way too short. I actually had to cut the original rod to get this one off. This rod here is one I had in my hoard, and this is actually its original shifter piece, but its original hole was much farther down, and I had to drill the hole back up here. So basically I want to straighten this up as best as I can and put a few tacks on there and try it out. Then I'll be working on the front transmission supports. When I got the welder out, I might as well get all the welding done. I might have to drop the transmission back out of here. I don't know yet to do the front tranny supports. Then it's really just putting this thing back together. I'm not repainting. I'm not doing any body work. I might run with this fender right here. This is the one that came off that parts tractor I had a while back. It's got a cup holder. It's got the 6-speed shifter plate in here already. I don't know if I'm going to run this one or if I'm running the uglier one or not, because like you guys know, my whole 4-wheel drive plans are up in the air right now. So I'm looking for a golf cart, really. I pretty much lean towards a golf cart at this point, just for the strength and ease of driving them and legality issues. But anyways, there's where I'm at on this for right now. This engine still runs perfectly fine. As you can see, it's not stalling out anymore. Also, I'll have to put the gas pedal back on here. I'll have to transfer that from the other fender onto here if I run with this fender. That's why I'm thinking about running with the Ugly Duckling fender. I got it sitting in my trailer way up there. Right over there. So it's also a cup holder fender, but it's in a lot worse condition than both of them, really. It's solid, but it's just the paint's really faded on it. But it has a cup holder, and I believe I have my second 6-speed shifter plate in that fender. So I don't know yet. I like this one because it has the rhino lining or bed coating, whatever that stuff is. So it's really durable. But I don't know if I want to use that one on here or not, because this thing is getting repainted. So this is a fairly nice green one. So I don't think I want to use it just to have to repaint it. So anyways, there's where I'm at on this for right now. I'm going to get this tacked into place, and hopefully it works out, and hopefully I can get this thing done. Like I said, it's a long weekend. I've done some stuff on this yesterday. I've done some other stuff around the yard and with other little mini projects I've been working on, and I'm just trying to get everything done. Okay, I got the shift. As far as I can tell, it's going through most of the gears. When I welded it up first, I had the rear fender on, and it was in reverse to figure out all my everything where it has to all line up. If this linkage looks a little bit different, here, let me bring it back up. It's actually an extra gear drive linkage I had sitting around. This is the one I had on there, way too short. But this piece here was okay. Luckily, I did not cut this off after I drilled that hole yesterday. I figured I could put it on here like this and drill a hole, make it work, but the linkage was just way too short. So that hole I might just weld in. This is still really hot. I just finished welding up a bunch on the back. I'm going to pull it off. I'm going to finish welding around on both sides. From the factory, these are only welded on one side. Then I can get back in this gap right here a lot easier with it out, and I just gotta let it cool first before I go ahead and pull it back out. But I got the longer link on here now. It seems to be shifting through everything, and hopefully it's all going to work out. Also, with the fender on, it does not hit, and I did have to cut my brace out here. What I'm going to do is, my guide's going to come right along here. Hopefully, I'm thinking right in this area. If it doesn't interfere with this bolt right here too much, it might or might not. I don't know yet. What I'd like to do is have my guide come right across here. Just to see for a second. It shouldn't interfere with my shifter, but it might interfere with my bolt, and it's going to make it difficult, a little bit difficult when I go to pull this transmission out ever. But the tranny will go down, and then you can get at that bolt. I'd like to put a guide right here, or put my guide from this support right here to this support right here on the other side. Don't worry about this little area right here, and allow the belt to flex a little bit right there. But it's getting there. The welding should all be done today. Tomorrow probably reassembly and test drive. So test drive on Monday. Since Monday's a holiday, I should be good to go to test this, unless I get called to go somewhere else. I got some plans working. It involves my trucks and involves another truck, so I don't know when I'm getting this other truck, but we'll have to wait and see. But here it is. It's all shifting. It's shifting through the gears much better than it ever did with the old transmission. Much better than it shifted ever, really. This here is actually off by a bit. Not right now. Whenever it was in its stock location, it was off by a bit because it was designed for a different transmission, or it's designed for a different length linkage. But it's all cut. It's all back in where it needs to be, and I'm happy I had this linkage sitting around. Without that, I would have been stuck, and I would have been ordering parts from Washington State, from a friend of mine in Washington. But luckily, I had everything on hand. I had everything in the hoard to make this work. So all I got really left to do is I got to do the front transmission supports. They're going to be welded in. I'm going to bolt them to the transmission, and I'm going to weld them to the chassis right where I want them. I'm going to do those later on this afternoon. Get my guide in. I got to get that done. So I would like to get all the welding done today. So if I got to pull the transmission back out, I will. It's only going to be 6 bolts to pull this transmission out, and I can put it back in tomorrow. Get the rear fender on, and find the back tires I'm going to run. They're around here somewhere, and I gotta hook up the brakes as well. Hook the brakes up and go for a ride. So for this video here, shifter done. Just gotta finish welding it. I gotta do a couple more welds on it. Let's count the gears. That's reverse, neutral, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So we only go up to fifth. That's not a huge deal. I truly don't mind that. It's a 6-speed transmission. I don't care that we're not getting hit in 6. So I would never hit 6 on this anyways, since I have an 8-inch on the front, and I think it's a 2.5 on the back. 6th gear on this thing would literally fly. No, it would be a low-flying rocket. It would go over 40. So I'm happy with what I got. Better than what I had with the old transmission. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep redneck like always, and pleasure for coming.